Amy Winehouse's best friends broke down in tears as they watched an old clip of the late singer saying she wanted kids on the BBC documentary Reclaiming Amy, shown on Friday night. Chantal Doucet and Katriona Gorley struggled to contain their emotions in the scenes as the rehab songstress told how she would have liked 2 or 3 children. Amy passed away in July 2011 following a vodka binge alone in her bedroom, where she was found by her security guard, and the documentary focused on her life with intimate interviews with her parents Janice and Mitch and close friends. In the resurfaced interview, Amy said of potential motherhood, "In 10 years' time I'd like to have a couple of kids. Like 2 or 3. I'd like to be there." Close friend Katriona, who also had a romantic relationship with Amy, was the first to break down in tears as she admitted that Amy wanted to be a mum. "That's the bit where I get upset," she confessed as the footage played. Chantal then said, "She would have been a beautiful mum." Yeah. In the film, her friends went on to explain how Amy's body started to shut down due to her use of drugs and alcohol and battle with bulimia. Chantal explained, "Through that process of on/off alcohol, in the extremities, and because of the bulimia as well, it was all these things were kind of attacking her physically. I never saw Amy as fragile, but I think her body was starting to get a bit more fragile." Amy's mum Janice also admitted her heartbreak at not being able to do more to help her daughter at the height of her addiction due to her multiple sclerosis diagnosis years earlier. Viewers were left heartbroken at the documentary, taking to Twitter to say it was unbearably moving to watch. One wrote, "Well, that was just incredibly moving. A brilliant and honest portrait of a legend by people who really knew and really loved her." Another said, "Wow, that documentary was incredible and completely heartbreaking. If only she was around now, that mental health and addiction is less of a stigma." Absolute icon. A third wrote, "Still overwhelmingly sad 10 years on," while another said, "What a talent and what a tough watch." In the film, the star's mother Janice tells the story of one of the UK's greatest musical icons through new parts of her life that the public have never heard about. Janice said, "I don't feel the world knew the true Amy, the one that I brought up, and am looking forward to the opportunity to offer an understanding of her roots and a deeper insight into the real Amy." She says in the documentary, "You think you know my daughter. The drugs, the drink, the addiction, the destructive relationships. But there was so much more." Amy's parents Janice and Mitch set up the Amy Winehouse Foundation in honor of the late singer on what would have been her 28th birthday on September 14, 2011. Amy soared to fame upon the release of Frank in 2003, as she gained both critical and commercial success with the debut as her jazz-inspired vocals won fans all over before her second album Back to Black's introduction 3 years later. In a heartbreaking turn of fate, the London-born icon's dazzling career was blighted by her demons after she fell into the clutches of drink and drug addiction. As she ascended higher on the fame ladder, she discovered her demons in drink, drugs and also eating disorders, which her brother Alex insists contributed to her death. Insight, the documentary showed several unseen clips of the talented singer during her younger years. In July 2011, Amy passed away following a vodka binge alone in her bedroom, where she was found by her security guard. At the time, an inquest gave a verdict of misadventure after finding that she had 416 milligrams of alcohol per deciliter in her blood. A second inquest in 2013 confirmed that she died of accidental alcohol poisoning. For confidential help and support, call Samaritans for free on 116 123 or visit www.samaritans.org.